In 1997, a PlayStation game called Moon appeared in Japan, and on the surface, it resembled an RPG. At a time when RPGs were defined by accumulation of experience points, equipment, victories, but Moon quietly removed those mechanics and replaced them with something else entirely. There is no combat in Moon. This is not a hidden mechanic or an optional path. The player cannot attack enemies, grind, level up through violence. Instead, the game places the player in a world already shaped by a conventional RPG hero. That hero has passed through villages, killed creatures, broken routines, and left consequences behind. Monsters appear as souls after death. The player's task is not to defeat them, but to recover those souls through a system the game names explicitly as Soul Catch. This mechanic is required for progression and is part of the game's core loop. The absence of combat is therefore not thematic dressing, it is foundational rule of play. Progression in Moon does not occur through strength or skill trees. The game replaces experience points with a currency called love. Love is gained by performing acts that repair or restore what has been disrupted, returning items, helping characters, rescuing souls, and participating in the daily rhythms of the world. The player has a love level, not a combat level. Advancement is slow and bounded by time. Certain events only occur at specific hours. NPCs follow schedules, shops open and close. Music changes with context, and these are not background details. They are systems the player must observe and adapt to in order to progress. Nothing in the game suggests urgency or domination. Advancement requires patience, presence, and attention. Moon enforces time, not as a countdown, but as a structure. Days pass, characters sleep. Certain interactions are only possible when conditions align, and this is not a survival timer, it is a social clock. Because of this, the player cannot force outcomes. They must wait, return, notice patterns, and respond when the world is ready. This is mechanically enforced. The game does not allow the player to override schedules through power or money. The world does not bend to the player adapts to the world. One of Moon's most documented features is the Moon Disc system, which allows the player to collect and select background music. This is not cosmetic. Music is treated as integral layer of interaction and identity. Official descriptions and retail listings emphasize music as a feature, not as ambiance. Moon does not moralize, it does not lecture, it does not present explicit philosophical arguments. There are no monologues condemning violence, no systems that punish the player for curiosity, and no hidden endings that retroactively judge prior behavior. Instead, the game changes the rules and allows the player to feel the difference. Everything Moon communicates is done through what actions are possible, what actions are absent, what the game rewards, and what it ignores. Meaning emerges from constraint, not commentary. Moon is often described as ahead of its time, but that framing is misleading because the game does not predict later trends so much as ignore the dominant logic of its era. It does not iterate on RPG mechanics, it discards them selectively. The mystery of Moon is not hidden lore or ambiguity. The mystery is how a game so structurally clear could remain so difficult to categorize. And even now, the most accurate way to describe it is not by what it is about, but by what it does. It removes power, it slows time, it tracks care.